Hi friends, this is Sarah. Welcome to my craft room and thank you so much for joining me for crafting and relaxing. I appreciate that you take the time to come and hang out with me, and I call you my friend because you do that. I have been working on a lot of the stuff we talked about last week, and if you're new to my channel or new to updates, it's literally updates on projects that might not be video worthy and what's been going on in my craft room. I went to Joann and Michael's. I didn't get anything exciting at either. At Joann, I got some of this 6mm thick kids foam. It's where the kids foam is, but it's much, much thicker. A date with my craft room, Tasha, uses this for her shaker cards. And I'm curious. I'm not saying I'm committed to making shakers, but I have a couple of new dies that are shaker specific, and I think I should try it. Then I picked up this holographic piece. It's just little dots, it's not stars. I can't find the one that one of you happy mailed to me. I looked at Michael's today too, and they didn't have it either. So maybe my Joann, because I went to a different one, or maybe Hobby Lobby is where you got it. Then at Michael's, I picked up 2 of the 65-pound cardstock, 50 sheets. This was not an amazing sale. These were $5.99 normal, and then it was 20% off your entire purchase coupon day. You should wait. You should get these on the 40% off or the buy one, get one half off or something. I'm virtually out of black, and I'm working on a project that uses this exact paper, so I was hoping maybe the die lot was the same, and if I run out that I could mix and match. I'm not sure that'll work. It doesn't always work with fabric. It might not work with these papers. Black cardstock had been on my shopping list for a while, quite frankly. I don't know why I didn't think to just buy it when I got the navy from Stampin' Up. I love the Stampin' Up cardstock that I got. I don't know what weight it is, and I wanted to be pretty specific with my weights because I'm working on this book. I'm using the Project 39 from here on YouTube tutorial about the cover and the spine and the pages. And then I kind of went crazy and used her videos a little bit, and I've been watching Daniela Hayes, and I'm trying to make a dent in my Beautiful for No Paper Left Behind, and this is my album. These are my pages for that book. When I started this book, I thought, oh great, it'll use a ton of the Bo Bunny paper, but I didn't think about you build the whole book in navy first and then layer it. So it is taking a lot longer than I expected, and it uses a ton of paper. So you'll see that when it's done. These are not junk journals, not even really journals. I'm going to turn it into more of a journal, but if you look at Project 39 mini albums, her YouTube channel, or Daniela Hayes, they make beautiful, detailed, almost like photo albums with lots and lots of room for pictures. That's what I wanted the more navy cardstock for, because I do think I'm going to run out and I wouldn't have enough paper to do fun flips and pockets and stuff. Today I was FaceTiming with Tasha, a date with my craft room. And when you FaceTime and talk to people, it's kind of tricky to figure out what you're going to do, because you want to stay in your little bubble so you don't just leave, which we sometimes do. At the same time, you can't necessarily be like journaling really detailed stuff, right? Talking and writing. So I was working on ephemera for July Daily because I worked on my album, my actual July Daily book earlier in the day, and I did this, and it is probably going to take hours more to dry. It's Dina Wakley's blue paint, some glitter glue, and more glitter, and a bunch of sequins. And I'm pretty sure that I showed on video what I did. It's just put a bunch of stuff on the page and see if you can get this to stick to it. But I should have thought about the fact that then it was going to take hours to dry because it's sewn in. So then I moved on. I'm going to show you my craft room. Those of you who are clutterbug, super tidy people, what would you be? Like crickets and other things? You probably will have to turn this video off and you won't be able to take it. I'm going to show you, not because it's clean, but because I want to show you the progress that I've been making on things. I'm going to insert some photos that people sent me because I wanted to thank Pamela and Eileen and Andrea. They all helped me figure out what changes I was going to do in my craft room. And then, oh, another one of you, I'm so sorry that I forgot your name. She told me about in her craft room, she has like DVD holder shelves all the way up it. And I thought that would be really cool. And she was trying to figure out how to send me a picture, because you can't do that, at least that I'm aware of, through YouTube. I'm curious to see hers, but I will show you the things I've remedied since last week and maybe some new things I've caused. I'm also going to insert a picture because Pamela broke an item that is sentimental, and I'm wondering if you guys have ideas on how to glue her letter opener back together. I was thinking maybe some form of Gorilla Glue. I think she tried traditional super glue and it didn't work. If you have any ideas, and I've never used E6000, I don't know what you think. You could leave a comment, and then if you see that somebody else already left your same glue as a solution, give that one a thumbs up so we know which ones get more votes. She is sad because I think it was her grandma's letter opener. Don't be horrified by the mess. Remember, this is a room that actually does crafts. It's not just here to impress you, by no means. Let's start over here in the corner. So last week there was no board there and that thing was turned. And this was after talking to Andrea. I don't remember if I did that before or after updates, but Andrea and I FaceTimed, and she knows me, and she said, if you could see in that thing, you would use the stuff out of it more, because I've tried putting different things in here. I never used it. And I think it was because it was rotated. So when I'm sitting, I don't see in it. Mr. Crafting and Relaxing. Oh, and he would like to be named. His name is Matt, and he wants you to know that he has a name. He put that board across there for me and even primed it and moved that so it all sits. And I have boxes and some foam and stuff down there. Then my shelves. Oh my gosh. I love these shelves. Should have done this a long time ago. The plan was a 4-foot shelf along there. This wall is not flat. You can tell this is 70s paneling that I have primed a couple times and tried to hide the color. It has funny bulges. A long straight shelf was not going to work. So he had the board cut and everything, and he just cut it in half. And then I was going to stagger. I think Beth from Bourbon Creek Crafts said, staggered shelves would be cute. And I was going to, but the space I wanted them in didn't really look good staggered, and he was really kind of adamant about having these on the stud, and it just didn't look good if it was off to the side, and we only had 2 made. So maybe down the road we'll put one here staggered and then here. I don't know for sure. And I was trying to leave enough room. This is where I film, and I was trying to leave enough room that I wasn't bumping things here. Love the shelves. Absolutely love them. I thought that I would put ink and things that are in the drawers on them. I am sort of seeing them as, I've been talking about homing and finding homes for things in your craft room. I've sort of been thinking about them more as stuff I'm using on projects right now. So when I make my kits, this is all stuff that I set out to use. It's getting kind of sad looking, really, because we're getting thin, for July Daily. And then this is textiles and different things. This is scraps of paper for July Daily. This is sort of my mess I was working on. What I do is I take all these little jars, and I had the sequins, but I took them down to use them, and I probably never would have remembered to use those. I had them sitting like that, so I can see it, right? Because for me, out of sight, out of mind. And then I had all the ink pads that I would use on this project sitting up here. That might be the way I use these shelves. It might be accessories, like the top one could be for one project and the next one could be for another. July Daily is big, so pretty much everything that I own that's red, white, and blue is out. Then I forgot. So we put those up, moved these. No, that one ended up on the same exact nail, but that one went up higher. I put this up. Remember, this is paneling, so I'm not attached to anything. I can put this up, pull it down, and fill those holes in a heartbeat. It's okay if there's extra holes, but I forgot that Eileen puts her ATG on the wall. And I think, see, I wrote myself a note after I realized I forgot. I think I would like that. And I don't know that it will stay well on this. It'll probably just fall down and break things. but maybe I will bend those or I'll put some nails. I think I could still put it right here, but I think it would bother me with those scissors. I'm major right-handed, so I think if I put it right here, I might not actually ever put it away. And you know I want to not put the pink side out. We'll flip it around the other way. These might be a little close. I was just trying something. This is a funny thing. Okay, this blue case I got somewhere along the way at a garage sale. I think I was thinking about a she shed. It was before we did the backyard. Anyway, it was brown. I painted it blue. And see these spindles right here? It had a spindle here and a spindle here. And it also had down here on the bottom a towel rack. Like someone had put a loop of wood and then there was a towel bar right here and another loop. It had probably been set up to put teacups. It's a teacup thing. And maybe somebody put like cross-stitched handmade towels or something underneath. Would have been super cute, but not my style. The spindles kind of limited the use. So I was actually thinking about, would I rather have more shelves like I have over there, my new ones? But I took it down off the wall and unloaded it. And I asked my husband to get that thing off of there because I was going to paint it. It was not too hot. I had a couple of days that were really good for spray painting. So I was trying to knock everything out of the way. So when he was carrying it out to the shop, he said, "Do you want these things off the front too?" And I asked him to leave these, kind of like the edge ones. They're not really my style, but I do like them. And then take out the middle ones. Oh my gosh, I should have done that years ago. This thing is really cool. What I do like, here's this card that Eileen made me, cracks me up. It's for teacups. So it has like a little rail back there that's perfect for standing cards in. So I can put Happy Mail and then put stuff in front of it. But the rails were annoying. So I think now it's going to be much more useful. And I'm not sure if I'll leave these inks here. Oh, this is another. See, these are archivals. So I took the lid off, rubbed it in the color, and put it back down. You can't do that on a regular water-based, but anything that is permanent or like your alcohol markers, you could do that with. Oh, then here's a random. My husband was painting the bathroom ceiling. And so he opened up an old gallon of semi-gloss paint. The lid was a hot mess and it wasn't going back on. So I painted in here. I don't know if you noticed, or maybe I have something from an earlier video, but those were just pressboard. Here you go. I'll show you. I didn't paint down there. See it? So it looked like that. And I'm surprised. It really kind of just brightened it up a bit, and I wish I'd done it sooner. I'm not sure if I'm going to get down and paint that kick plate. You know I'm going to get paint all over the carpet. Well, maybe you think I'm more detailed, but I'm not. The carpet isn't anything exciting. Those were some big changes just since, and I tested a patch of it over there. I'm continually testing different paints on the paneling to cover it up. The Annie Sloan chalk paint is by far the winner so far. I think that I maybe should just do the whole room in that. I don't know. There's a section right there that is the Annie Sloan, and it seems to be the winner. The primers I use don't work. The color underneath bleeds through. So that's where I am. While I had the paint out, I also painted inside those. I had primed those one night, but never actually painted them, and I had a lot of paint. It was semi-gloss, so it didn't match the actual cabinets, and it probably wasn't the same white. So I was pretty careful about that. I think my goal for this week is catch up on my projects and clean up, because clearly I've got a lot. Today, I'm filming this on Saturday night at, what time is it? 8, and it's the 25th. I have until the end of the month to use up all of this paper. Yep, that's a whole sheet. And finish my July daily. I think that's it. I had some other projects I wanted to get done as far as goals go, so that I don't have to tell you again that I didn't do my Garth page. We'll have to see how that comes together. I also am still kicking around the idea of the paper cutter comparison. I am falling in love with this big paper cutter. And I know that my first impression was this thing was kind of hard to move. You can hear it. I mean, it drags. It takes some muscle. I used it to cut chipboard. They're probably the backs to notepads or packaging or something. It cuts chipboard like butter. And my big green cutter, I never cut with chipboard and I still managed to damage it. I think I damaged it because I cut more than one sheet of cardstock. So I just feel like the orange one is more me. The green one might work better for other people. In the comparison video, I will talk about that and pros and cons. I think the reason that we have trouble finding the perfect cutter is we all do different things and we have different preferences. And mine probably changes over time. So that's why I like one cutter and then don't. We are talking about doing a girls' beach trip. It will be a very, very small group, and we will probably cook all our food and just be hunkered down crafting. But I'm starting to think about what I will take for that trip and what projects I want to work on. I'm really torn. I'm having so much fun with the journals, different kinds of journals, and this mini album that I'm doing. But you know I love to make cards. I don't know what I'm going to take to the beach, but maybe we'll talk about it next weekend. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye.